Não vai te arrepender, a DLC do Bloodborne é muito fera. Baixa lá, tá na minha conta, tu tem acesso, entra lá e pega. Tem lá, tem sim. E as melhores armas estão na DLC.
Here, I can help you.
Huh? The path stops here. Then how do we get to the mana goddess?
Fairy could well have indicated the wrong route through the sanctuary. Her directions were vague at best.
Do not doubt that you are on the correct path.
It's Vidi, the White Dragon Princess. Go! What are you doing here?
You, your companions, and even I must face whatever future lies ahead.
Que gráfico massa.
Come what may.
Don't worry. Vidis is like Trent, an emissary of the goddess.
Can you tell us how to continue on the path ahead?
I am the keeper of the future. How you choose to proceed depends on the answers you provide. There are many roads you may take, each with their own consequences. Do you understand?
I think so. We have a choice to complete the pilgrimage, or not. But that decision is why we've come to the goddess. Please, let us speak to her and ask for her wisdom.
After learning the truth, how will you feel? Will you accept it?
The truth?
Have you the strength to face the truth of this world? I do not know the depth of your conviction. What resides within your heart? Make me understand your intent. Your hearts will lead you along the path you seek.
Ih, bicho vai pegar.
She wants actions, not words then.
We must convince her of our conviction. We won't want to miss a moment of truth.
Your intent is blink. Now come. When tilling the lands to bear fruit, one must bear in mind the myriad disasters they will face. Extinguish the bane that threatens to incinerate all.
We'll continue until we can come up with an answer.
Well done.
The right answer.
Bring it on. I'm ready for it.
As many rounds as it takes.
Though mortals yearn for the future, they are hindered by the shackles of their past. Expel the knowledge that leads mortals astray.
This one's tough. What should we do?
Test your might. You are mistaken.
An incorrect response.
Then we go all out!
Ain't over till it's over, Vidi.
As almost left, surely you can decipher the truth from that which is false. Discern your truth, and yours alone.
Val, you can decipher it.
É o de trás.
How fortunate. Celestial
It is clear to me. Those strong enough to break free of their fate. Long have we prayed for pilgrims such as yourself.
Ai, ai,
You
ai.
may be the heroes that the goddess of mana has needed all along.
Bom dia, sinta-se privilegiado, Fábio.
Go forth and create your own future.
Que lápis louco.
Nice to see that this place hasn't changed. No monsters either. Looks just like it did back in Adiel times. You have had a long journey, but the mana tree is just ahead.
A long and laborious journey indeed.
The alm's final destination.
And yet, we aren't here to offer our souls like those that came before us. We need to meet with the goddess.
Coda, the Olms have arrived.
Coda? Huh?
I am the guardian of this sanctuary.
There are humans living within the barrier? That's news to me.
Living? No. I am but a strong will given form. Consider me like one of the spirits. To put it in terms you may understand, I am the first in the long legacy of soul guards. You passed Vidiza's trial admirably, Val. I should not be surprised given that you are of my own bloodline.
You're my ancestor?
If we assume that long ago, people from Tiania were chosen to stand guard over the mana goddess, and that practice has held over to this very day. Aha! Then he is the origin of the Soul Guard tradition.
My mission remains unchanged since I first accepted it. Protect the goddess of mana.
Do you know where we can find her, Guardian Coda? We need to speak with the goddess as soon as possible.
You may refer to me as simply Coda. Trent and Vidiz have relayed your current plight to me. Come. I will take you to the mana goddess.
One of my ancestors is here? In the sanctuary? Well, I can't keep him or the mana goddess waiting. Time to go. Goddess of Mana. I'm Val, and these are my friends. We've come here to ask for a moment of your time, before we offer our souls. Delafos has broken free of his seal, and is going around the world setting the Benevodons loose.
His only goal is to get his revenge on you, goddess. You have to do something.
We have so many questions to ask. About Delphos and core stones, and my strange ability. All of it.
Goddess?
I promise we're telling the truth. Please listen to us.
We fully intend to sacrifice our souls when the time comes. But first, we have to protect the world from this danger.
She cannot hear you. The goddess of mana is unreachable in her slumber. She has not once awakened since she first fell into this long, long sleep.
Not a single source I have read has ever referenced that the goddess was in this state.
No one has ever been allowed this deep within the sanctuary. Her condition is not known to any others.
But Delphos is breathing down our necks. The goddess was our last hope.
Coda? How did she end up like this?
The Diz believes that you can be trusted to make your own decisions. So, I will tell you. Tell you how this all came to be. The truth behind this world.
What could have happened to the goddess?
Vardiel, the world as it was once known in the distant past, was made up of 5 realms. The spirit realm, the mortal realm, the mystic realm, the ethereal realm, and the arboreal realm. Mana power once flowed freely through these places, and Vardiel knew only peace and prosperity. Until one day, mortals, in their greed, sought to use that power for warfare. The flow of mana was disrupted, and the 5 realms became perilously unbalanced. The mortal realm consumed an enormous amount of mana, plunging the mystic realm, home to the benevolence, into disarray. The divide between the realms weakened to the point that all worlds merged into one. When the mana dried up, the monsters unleashed their wrath.
The discord that had driven people to degrade the powers of mana ended, and their battle against the Benevolence began.
The goddess wished to save the mortals from suffering at the hands of the Benevolence. So she asked Fairy, her emissary, to find Delphos, name him her champion, and bequeath unto him the Mana Sword. And as promised, he successfully subdued all 8 Benevolence. However, he refused to return the Mana Sword, and instead swore revenge against the goddess after the death of Cerulean.
Is that what changed Delphos so drastically?
He lost the person most dear to him.
Sounds like Delphos couldn't come to terms with her past.
Indeed, Delphos saw no reason to care about a world bereft of the one he loved. So he turned against the Mana Goddess. She ended up using all her strength to preserve a corrupted world. With her power exhausted, the goddess then fell into a deep sleep. It was up to the guardian of the sanctuary, namely me, to stand against Delphos with the help of the elementals. But it was not enough. We struck each other at the same time, resulting in his stone imprisonment and my destruction. Only my will survived. If only I had been stronger.
Caraca.
So, Coda, Delphos, and I all carry the same pain within us.
So you're the one responsible for that boulder by the entrance, huh, Koda?
Yes, though he managed to break free regardless. With the help of the elementals, I was able to divide Delphos' terrible power and seal it away with the benevolents scattered across the land. But I underestimated the strength of his hatred. His power was steeped in animosity, which bled into the surrounding lands, creating horrible disasters in its wake. Eruptions will scorch the earth with fire from every fissure. The wind will rage and the winged fall flightless. Pure waters will run foul and disease spread. Soil that once brought life turns all to dust and stone. Verdant lands will wither away and seeds will cease to sprout. The glaring light will obscure the boundaries of reality. Darkness will deepen, breeding monsters in its wake. The moon's hold over time will splinter, depriving all beings of logic. What people refer to as prophesied disasters are actually the curse of Delphos' power upon the land.
Then, the source of these disasters was never the benevolents at all. It was a curse, brought about by a single man's folly, from the very start.
Strong emotions revitalize mana power. In addition, Delphos had access to the energy from the mana sword itself. The elementals tried to stop Delphos' curse from running rampant. Their powers suppressed the worst effects from taking hold. But with the 5 realms now combined, the flow of mana slowed to a trickle. Elementals couldn't maintain that balance indefinitely. And so, without anything to check its dangerous powers, the effects of the curse spread throughout the entire world. Tortured by the curse of Delphos, mortals turned to the goddess for help and offered up sacrifices. Alms. Alms would travel to the mana tree and freely give up their souls, their life force, to the sleeping goddess. As I mentioned, strong emotions bring about mana power. With the souls from faithful alms, the flow of mana was rejuvenated, for a time. Powers restored, the elementals could once again suppress the effects of the curse. But after 4 years, their stores of mana would once again run dry.
That's why the alms have to go to the mana tree to stop disaster from befalling our villages.
At the end of their pilgrimage, I would change the alms into core stones to give to the goddess.
Core stones? Wait, you can...
Yes, Val. Your ability was passed down through my bloodline. Originally, it was used to return monsters to the flow of mana. Reintroducing life into the flow of mana was how Fadiel maintained balance.
So then, what I did to Hina...
Oh, Val.
Sooner or later, that fate was waiting for her in the end.
Yes, as it waits for all alms who come to the mana tree. Your souls will be given to the goddess to protect the cycle of mana, including the soul of the alm of earth that you possess.
Lysas?
This is all we can do until the mana goddess reawakens.
What's that?
A história do jogo é massa. Tá explicado porque viram pedrinhas brilhantes.
What is going on? It's probably the benevolents. Looks like they're trying to break through.
This is Delphos' doing.
Ah, agora é o 5 final. 5 boss final.
What'll happen to the sanctuary?
There is no need for alarm. Benevidons hold great power, not as great as the sanctuary itself.
They're retreating.
Oh. Good.
There is no sign of the man himself. Perhaps Delphos intended this attack to serve as a diversion?
Delphos and the Benevidons are still a threat to us all, just like in the past.
Things aren't looking so good for the world if these monsters run free.
If the goddess is unable to grant us aid, we must muster our own forces. It is our chance to fix the future.
Our loved ones need protection. I'll do it alone if I have to.
We've already defeated 3 of these things. The remaining 5 will be a piece of cake.
Coda, we need time. I promise we will offer up our souls, but we have to take care of the world first. We will stop the rest of the Benevidons and Delphos before he hurts anyone else.
I do not have the power to stop you either way. Do what you feel is right. The decision to fight should be left to the living. It is your duty, as protecting the sanctuary is mine. I believe your group of alms has untold potential to rejuvenate the flow of mana. And more.
More what?
It is not important. What matters is that as long as Delphos has the mana sword, he will continue his assault on the sanctuary, and the goddess kept safe within.
Then we'll just have to reclaim the sword ourselves. It's the only way to keep disaster at bay.
Returning the sword to its rightful place wouldn't hurt either.
You should keep the core stone of the Alm of Earth. Abiding by the will of the alms is important after all.
Coda is putting a lot of faith in you. I think you'll be able to handle the road ahead as well.
Vidiz has also acknowledged their worthiness. It is time that I trusted in people once more. Though I cannot lend you my own power, I can at least release that of this little one.
O guardião do santuário. Ganhou um troféu. Ah, vai virar um dragão, agora vai poder voar no dragão. Que é massa.
I do believe this is the sacred beast Flammy. Ramco must have been Flammy the entire time. Flammy has made many documented visits to our world, but I never dreamed I would be in her presence.
Oh, I get it. Ramco was just another form of Flammy to begin with.
Her wings are the fastest way to convey you to the Benevidons. Make haste, Alms.
Thanks.
Que legal. Esse load é que lasca. Ó, Sacred Beast ganhando troféu.
Flammy can take you anywhere in the world you want to go. Ramco, you got so big. Big and strong enough to carry all of us. All the little ones grew up so fast. Remember that Flammy's power can only fly you around for so long. She'll revert back to her cub form when you land. Just use the Flammy drum to summon her whenever you need to fly.
Ó, ganhou tamborim e vai chamar ele. Beleza.
Now then, what's your plan of action?
If I may, would you be so kind as to return me to La Grazzo?
She says it would be her pleasure.
Then, to La Grazzo we go.
Now then, with Ramco's permission, shall we be off to La Grazzo?
Da hora.
There's probably
Vai, tem que ir lá.
something in those archives that can help us with the Benevodons. Let's go.
Como é que desce, cacete? Ah, só parar ali. Para. Ah, R2. Não, é... Porra! Não dá para parar aqui. Eu quero ir aqui, mas não dá para ir aqui, tem que ser lá.
Ramco must really like the sound of that drum, huh?
É, tem que ser aqui.
A lot from now on.
Stay strong.
Vamos, quantos load?
An excellent landing, young Ramco. Bravo! Now then, I will begin the process of compiling what I observed within the sanctuary for analysis.
You're not going to help us with the Benevodons?
Oh, it grieves me to say it, but I must decline. Though please keep in mind that I want a full report on your exploits. I will add it to my account of this historic situation we find ourselves in.
I suppose he is the best suited.
It's okay that you want to analyze your data, but please don't let the information that Coda entrusted you with turn into gossip.
Of course. Not to worry. I take great pains to compile my notes in secrecy.
If it isn't the head curator and the rest of the arms, you're safe. Oh, we were worried when we heard the Benevodons were attacking the mana tree.
I am as well as can be expected, thanks to the mana goddess's barrier. Word of the Benevodons' revival has spread, I see. Have you determined where the monsters have appeared, perchance?
Reports indicate that disaster is spreading to the lands that house the Benevodons. Besseroth, Benevodon of Wind, has been spotted in the Vale of Longgreen. and Tormarni, Beneverdon of the moon, near Etern. Gandum, Beneverdon of water, was seen outside of Illistana. While the Beneverdon of wood, Florid, is stalking Vertius Burrow as we speak. Scribes have already been sent afield to collect what information they can.
Curious. The Beneverdon of fire has not been accounted for. Is there no word of Volkibel?
No reports out of the Tiania area as of yet. Our theory is that the fire Beneverdon still slumbers.
I see. I suppose that is good news. It seems you all have 4 Beneverdons to take care of at present.
I can feel it. The flow of mana power in each area has changed. You could start in any location, but time is of the essence.
My word! An emissary of the goddess! What a singular wing shape! Would you mind if I sketched it?
I'm afraid I'm in a hurry.
We should get going too. Good luck, Ish.
Farewell. We will meet again soon, I'm sure.
Let's focus on the 4 monsters we know of. So, Val, what
Tá,
are
tem 4 boss, um lá e um lá. Vale do Vento, Monte Galeno. Tá, vamos aqui mesmo.
It's colder in the sky than I thought.
You're headed for Lower, I see. Be careful. I can sense Besseroth's presence near the Veil of Wind.
Not quite the homecoming I pictured. I mean, I didn't picture coming home at all. Is everyone okay?
No matter what, you should be proud of what you've accomplished, Karina. Isn't that right, Grandma? What's up with this wind?
Whoa! Veil of Wind? More like Veil of Hurricanes. You live like this, Karina?
Are you kidding? No one lives like this. The Nevedon is behind this gale. I'd bet lucre on it.
Speaking of which, where is it?
Fairy! Hey! Fairy!
Nothing. Nary a peep from Fairy. She may have been blown off course before she arrived.
Well, we should probably check with the chief anyway. Out of everyone in town, he's most likely to have an idea of what's
Tá,
going
tem
on.
caminho pra esquerda ali que falta aí, cara.
The chief is sure to know what's going on in London.
Tá pra cá.
Where to next?
Babu, badudubo, da babadubo, dub, babada, dub, babada, dub, babada, dub, babada, dub, babada.
Ó, mais um troféu.
Dub, babada, dub, babada, dub, babada, dub, babada.
Aumente em 20% o dinheiro. Com 20% de XP boa. Vamos gastar essas poções aqui. Final a gente usa. Aumente em 2. PM, vitalidade, sorte, sabedoria, inteligência, constituição, força, vitalidade. Arma 9, armadura.
Welcome. All our goods are high
Nada
quality.
novo.
Come again soon.
Excelente.
Welcome. Come again soon.
Welcome. Welcome. We're having a special. Come again soon.
What is the meaning of this, Karina?
Hello to you too.
Why would the Alms and Soul God return here to the Vale? You should be en route to the Mana Tree. The wind howls unabated. Is this not because you have failed to do your part and complete your duty as the Alms?
No, you got it all wrong. The storm is because of the Benevodon wind. That's why we left the sanctuary in the first place, to defeat those monsters.
All this time, I assumed this was just a manifestation of the prophecy of disaster.
Tell us where Besseroth is, please.
The Wind Sanctum. But you must not venture there again, Karina. Shiryu has already tried. We have not heard from him since. I will not lose more people to that terrible place.
Shiryu disappeared? Why didn't you go after him?
The path into the Wind Sanctum has been blocked by a large boulder. We have tried everything to make it budge, but it's no use. There is nothing more you can do, Alms. I suggest you return to the Mana Tree and fulfill your duty.
I told you, defeating the Benevodons is part of our duty now. We're here to save the Vale, you stubborn dummy. What's not clicking?
Karina, it would be unwise to anger the Benevodon further.
Well, now that I know where the Benevodon is, we're finished here. I've got nothing more to say to you, Chief. Time to hit the road, everybody. Let's go save Shiryu from whatever trouble he's in at the Sanctum.
Karina and the Chief are at each other's throats as usual. She wanted to check out the Wind Sanctum. I should catch up with her.
Look at the size of that boulder. No wonder no one has been able to get into the Wind Sanctum.
Messeroth's doing, to be sure. I believe it's meant to be a warning.
Oh, there you are, Fairy.
Flying in this weather has been difficult. Anyway, what are you going to do about the boulder?
I don't see what the big deal is. Flamey can take us over it in no time. Isn't that right? Don't worry. You've got this, Ramco. Now transform! Ramco, what's wrong? Are you sick? Does your tummy hurt? Are you scared of turning into Flammy? What? You mean you don't want to go back to the Wind Sanctum?
Wait a minute. Isn't that where Ramco used to live?
A long time ago, yeah. I went to the Sanctum once when I was training as an oracle. I tried to protect Ramco from a sudden violent gust of wind, but I got hurt. That's how I lost one of my wings, actually. Ramco never showed any interest in returning home after she brought me back to Longren. Maybe she wanted to forget all about the incident. But the longer we wait, the more I worry about Shiryu.
Wounds of the body heal faster than wounds of the heart. We should look for another way in.
Yeah. Best not to push her too much. In that case, do we attempt to ascend?
Something tells me the people of the Vale would rather we got rid of the rock.
But they mentioned they've been unsuccessful so far.
I've got it! We gather the whole village together and push. Huh? It's a big town. Bigger than Verdi's, at least. And we can help too. I think we have a shot is all.
Everyone might have given up on moving this thing before they even got started. No one knew that it was a Benevolent's doing, after all. It's worth a shot. I'll go back to the Vale and talk to the villagers and see if anybody will lend us a hand.
When I first met you, nothing could make you lift a finger for the Vale.
True, but surely you noticed that I've since matured into a lovely, responsible alm. Y'all wait here.
Don't cause any trouble on the way.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Morley. I'll be back before you can say Sylphid. You stay here too, Ramco. I'll make the people of the Vale see reason somehow, so don't you worry. I'll visit the chief, and I should talk to Mom and Dad. I guess I better get the other oracles on my side too. The rest of the Vale is sure to join us then. Okay, Karina. Just explain the plan, and they'll see reason. Hey, Dad. Mom.
Karina! How are you, honey? How's Ramco?
That's the spirit. You're shaping up to be quite Alm-like. You know, reliable and confident.
Now that you mention it, what's the Elm of Wind doing here instead of the Mana Tree?
Don't tell me you've abandoned your sacred duty, Karina.
No. I'm still on the pilgrimage, believe you me. We're just taking care of other urgent business at the moment.
Like what, young lady?
Like defeating the Benevolent rampaging in the Wind Sanctum? That's why I'm here. I need help with the boulder blocking the way.
That does sound urgent, but what can we do? Nothing, that's what.
That boulder isn't going anywhere. And even if we could move it, what then? You run off into the jaws of danger to fight a Benevolent?
Honey, you could get hurt. You were appointed the Alm. You can't be so reckless anymore.
Fantastic. You still have no faith in me. You think I'd lose against the Benevolent? Or that I'd run away from my duty?
See what you did? You accused her of running away.
What was I supposed to think? Alms don't just visit home after they leave on the pilgrimage.
I know, but if you weren't trying to shift the blame, then...
Stop fighting! It's like all you ever do is argue with each other and lose your temper and scold me.
Our tempers? Look who's talking, Missy. Everything that comes out of your mouth is either a whine or a complaint.
Oh, don't start, you two.
You know what? Fine, forget I even asked. If you're not gonna help me, then I'm not gonna waste my breath begging.
Karina!
Oh no, not again. I keep messing this up. I forgot how quickly we get into arguments in this household. I should leave them be until we've all cooled down a bit. Knowing those two, they'll bicker for hours. Better move on to someone else for now. When will I learn? I should just say what I came to say and be done with it.
What is it? Were you not finished with all you had to say to me?
We took a look at the boulder, and we think we have a plan. But we need the whole village to work with us to move it.
Karina, aside.
But that's...
Know that it...
How exactly?
Wing's useless.
That's an old...
Right.
So you're...
We can... How...
Well, now I've gone and done it. I was supposed to convince the chief, not yell at him. I know the chief has his reasons, even if they're stupid ones. I get why he doesn't want to risk... I get it, but... I just can't help getting mad when I get talked down to like that.
I can't live without this thing. Hey, it's been a while. Karina!
How's the wind dying going? Remember, you've only got 4 years to master it before the fairies do.
Give us a break. We're trying, but we can't exactly practice with all these gale winds raging through the veil.
No, you're right. I'm sorry for teasing you.
So, you're back in Longren. What about finishing the pilgrimage?
About that, I have a request. The path into the Wind Sanctum is blocked, and I mean to do something about it.
There's no way! People already tried to do something about the boulder, and nothing worked. That rock just does not want to give way.
That's why we have to get everyone to help at the same time. Once we move it, I can enter the Sanctum and defeat the Benevodon.
You want to go into the Wind Sanctum again? But Karina, you might get hurt. And then what'll we do?
That's all anyone ever says to me. Do you want this windstorm to last forever? You'll never be able to do the dying again.
Oh, so now you're worried about the wind dying. You couldn't care less before you started your journey. We asked you to help summon the fair and to hear
Okay. Four of us named the Yam, sure, but it's too late to... Great. That was our last ray of hope. I don't think anyone will give me a different answer. I'm just fighting against the air current at that point. Well, there's no use waiting around here. Better go back and deliver the news to Val and the others. Now I get to go tell everyone how I couldn't convince a single person to help. I'm sorry, everyone. It didn't work.
It's not your fault, Karina.
No, it is. I left Longren on such a sour note before. My own mistrust of people came back to get me. I didn't place my faith in them, so why should they place any in me? In fact, The original reason I wanted to become an gnome was to get out of the veil and see the world. My motives weren't pure at all. Maybe that confidence in my affinity to the wind element was really just me overcompensating for how little the villagers believed in me. I don't know.
Karina.
I wasn't the gnome that longer needed. I wasn't committed enough. But now, after such a long adventure, I can say for sure that I want what's best for the world, and especially for my home in the Vale. Thought that we could lose everything. All the people we've met, the places we've seen, the memories we've made. I won't let that happen. I'm ashamed of how I wanted the Vale to beg me to save them. I'd never do that again. Not now that I've seen so much of the world. Now it's up to me to prove that I've changed. I'll do whatever it takes to save Longren. I won't let anyone or anything get in my way. But I can't do it alone. Please, help me.
And here I went through the trouble of composing you a song to boost your spirits. Guess I was wasting my time.
No one could refute your current resolve, Karina. All you need do is rally and resume your efforts to remove the rock.
Give the villagers a chance to see your hard work. It may take time, but they will come around eventually.
We can't let them all down. We'll be the winds of change that fix things for the Vale.
Thank you all so much. We've got this, Remco. Don't worry.
We may have overestimated our own strength.
No, we got this. Just a little more.
Where there's a will, there's a... Oh, who are we kidding?
Why are you all...
Karina, dear, you really need to work on your persuasion skills. I told you better than that.
She takes after you, after all.
Don't you start.
I'm sorry, Karina. I should have been more willing to listen to you. I know you just wanted to help the Vale. And I still yelled at you.
Oh, my back. If only I were a few years younger.
Of you? Chief, you better not blow out your back.
Never mind me. Don't you have something you want to say to the people, Karina?
I'm really grateful to you all.
Let's get this done.
Sorry for the delay. Had to deal with something. Almost got it, everybody! Push!
Que doideira esse joguinho.
Look at this mess. I'll never get the stains out of my garb.
I'll be. We actually managed to work together and move that boulder.
We did it, everyone! Well done. The Elemental of Wind granted us his divine assistance in our hour of need. With Sylphin's help, we prevailed. And, of course, we owe our thanks to Karina, the Soul God, and the rest of the Alms for reminding us of what's really important.
Well, don't leave us yet. We still need to subdue Vesseroth and find Shiryu after all.
So, you are going to the Wind Sanctum after all? Even though that's where you got hurt before?
I'll be fine. I'm not the same person I was back then. Plus, I've got a bunch of dependable friends I can rely on this time. You'll help too, right, Ramco?
Could it be? Is that the legendary sacred beast, Flammy?
Thanks to all your support and your combined efforts, Ramco's not afraid to take us into the Sanctum anymore. Thanks again. Leave the Benevodon smashing and Shiryu saving to me. Come on, Val, Morley, Calavina, Julie. There's no time to lose.
Karina's always been a feisty one. I've barely had the chance to wish her well on her adventures.
And yet, she was still able to bring the whole Vale together. She's gotten even stronger on her journey, it seems.
Feel right. But no wind will feel right until we take care of that Benevodon.
Shiryu probably went this way too, right? We better hurry.
So is anyone ever going to explain who this Shiryu guy is or what?
Oh, right. You weren't around then. I'll explain as we go.
Palebón del viento.
I know I've asked a million times, but I still haven't gotten a straight answer about Shiryu.
Oh, he's a keeper of tales from the Vale. Karina and Shiryu have a bit of a history.
That still doesn't explain much. Why do humans make everything so complicated?
I have gathered some crispy, sir.
Harness that strong wind to keep going.
I could do this on my sleeve. No fun now. Appreciate it.
Just relax.
Welcome, find. Nice. Got it.